In this tutorial, we will talk about the city generator prop population and other final tweaks such as light mapping configuration. We'll start with the underground props such as pipes and subway tunnels. If underground prop generation is enabled, you can set the minimum and maximum random distance between them. You can also adjust their depth. For the park tree generation, you can choose how many trees to generate and set the range for their size randomization. The minimum size of the sidewalk for each plot can be defined here. In meters, you can adjust the skyscrapers, urban, and residential plot sidewalk size, which may restrict the sidewalk prop generation if it is too small. There is the option of placing a model in the city for size reference, and the model is cloned once per city corner. In the example, there is a human mesh to help grasp the relative size of the city when generating. With the generator, you can also populate the sidewalks with props. There is a checkbox that will automate the process. Please note that the props are placed during the sidewalk generation, not with the building generation. This means that changing your mind about the population presence or absence will force you to repopulate the buildings in the city. The general controls for the prop placement are: for the minimum sidewalk width is the minimum sidewalk size required for placing the props. If any of your plots is configured with a smaller value than this, the props will not be placed on them. The props offset is the distance from the road in meters. All props are placed at this distance. Bollard sites defines the number of plot sites that will receive bollards. This is aimed to avoid having too many instances placed in a city where the number of props can turn very high. The bollard spacing defines the distance between bollards and in turn the number of them per plot side. Street light spacing, distance between street lights, directly related to the number of street lights to be placed per plot side. As you can see, the street prop generation is performed during the plot generation, not during the plot population. Generate intersection props enables intersection props, which are street lights and traffic signs. Please note that these signs are selected randomly and may not have a traffic logic. The next control we will review is generate reflection probes. If enabled, it will generate a grid of reflection probes that are placed at each road intersection. Reflection probe height is the box's Y dimension. Reflection probe Y offset is a distance that can be added for them not to have the boxes touching the ground. By default, this value is zero point 0.1 units. Light map scale. It is the light map UV size for the generated terrain meshes. You may want the terrain to have less resolution than the building since it is a very large surface. Terrain cast shadows determines whether the generated ground meshes cast shadows, just in case you need it. This ends the third quick tutorial for the City Builder tool. Please note that there is a lot more important information that you need to know to fully utilize the asset, and all that information is present in the project documentation. For example, you can change the buildings that each plot type populates, placing other props available in the city low poly asset. You can add your own prefabs to add more buildings or props. You might want to repopulate just one plot once the city is complete for fine tuning. This is also described in the documentation and not included in this video. Thank you so much for choosing the city low poly asset.